Hey everybody, this is Dr. Osborne, founder of Gluten Free Society, and today I want to talk a little bit about natural ways to support adrenal health. In the last video, I gave you some of the biggest triggers for adrenal fatigue. So today we're dialing in what you can do about them. So if you're trying to overcome from adrenal burnout, adrenal fatigue, these are some of the most effective supplements that you can use, some of the most effective strategies that you can implement to support your adrenal health. Number one is vitamin C, and I would put this at the very, very top of the list. Vitamin C is the pound for pound. If we look at the adrenal glands, they house and store more vitamin C than any other organ. And you need vitamin C to produce adrenaline and noradrenaline, or epinephrine and norepinephrine. It's a critical cofactor in the ability for the adrenal gland to produce its hormones. You also need vitamin C for the production of cortisol and other mineral corticoids. So nothing outshines vitamin C. If you're talking about food sources, we want to look for things that are vivid in color: reds, yellows, blues, purples, oranges. Things that have vivid color generally come with vitamin C. As a matter of fact, it's thought that we evolved our ability to see in color as a result of our need for vitamin C and our inability to synthesize it internally. So we have to eat it in food. But vitamin C, hands down, one of the best things that you can get more of to support adrenal health. Another, the B vitamins. In this case, vitamin B1, 2, 3, 5, and 6. Focus a little bit on vitamin B5 because of its name. This vitamin was actually discovered by a famed biochemist by the name of Roger Williams, who wrote a book called Biochemical Individuality. And he nicknamed vitamin B5 the anti-stress factor or the anti-graying factor, largely because it's responsible for helping produce stress hormones to help you deal and cope and adapt to stress. So that's what your adrenal gland is responsible for. So you need vitamin B5 to do that. And where can we get vitamin B5? Its other name is pantothenic acid or pantothenate. It comes from the Greek root pantos. That word means everywhere. So it's found in all foods. The problem with vitamin B5 is not so much that people are massively deficit in the vitamin. It's that people have massive quantities of stress in their life, so they burn their B5 up. So really solid B complex with added vitamin B5 or pantothenate can be a very, very effective tool. I recommend a product if you're looking for gluten-free, multi-B vitamin complex mineral. It's ultra nutrients. You can check that out at Gluten Free Society. The next one on the list is magnesium. Magnesium helps to regulate the stress response. As a matter of fact, magnesium is so important. It plays a role in more than 300 chemical reactions in the body. One of them is in relaxation. It helps to produce neurotransmitters that regulate your ability to relax, including relaxation in your muscles. And so again, if we're trying to combat stress, if we're trying to offset stress, magnesium is one of those that works better than anything else. Potassium. Potassium, a very, very critical electrolyte, in many ways works similar to magnesium in helping as an electrolyte to establish good muscle tone and relaxation. And so again, a lot of people going to work, high stress environments, muscles extremely tense, and reducing their oxygenation and their blood flow to the rest of their tissues, potassium can be very, very effective. Some of the best sources of potassium are vegetables. Likewise with magnesium, particularly though potassium very, very high in bananas and cantaloupe and in avocado. Zinc is another one. Zinc, very critical for the function of adrenal health and for the production of adrenal hormones. One of the big factors, though, with zinc is that it helps to regulate blood sugar. If you have a hyper or hypoglycemic response where your blood sugar is all over the map, zinc helps to regulate that by modulating the production of insulin. So zinc indirectly helps support your adrenal health by maintaining healthy blood sugar levels. I'm going to skip over here down here to chromium because chromium plays a role in that as well. So these two kind of play that role in insulin / glucose or blood sugar regulation. Remember that if your blood sugar levels drop, you put more pressure on your adrenal glands to tell your liver to release stored sugar. So we want to have a good stable blood sugar to help support adrenal health, and zinc and chromium play that role. Chromium's nickname is the glucose tolerance factor, or GTF. Very vital to regulate blood sugar and preserve your adrenal function. Now, another very important nutrient is the amino acid tyrosine. Now, tyrosine is not an essential amino acid in regards to your body can synthesize it from other amino acids, but tyrosine, many people have a greater need for it, especially people with higher levels of stress. You need tyrosine to produce many of the neurotransmitters and to regulate the production of those neurotransmitters that are produced as a result of adrenal output. So, for example, adrenaline and noradrenaline, or epinephrine, norepinephrine, are two of those neurotransmitters that help regulate the tonicity of your nervous system and your stress response. So tyrosine, very, very critical, one of the most effective supplements in terms of adrenal support. Then we have adrenal glandular support. Adrenal glandulars, this is actual, adrenal glandulars and organ meats go hand in hand, because adrenal glandulars are actually encapsulated parts of organ meats. And when I say organ meats, we're talking about adrenal organ meat. And most people don't eat adrenal glands, like they don't eat the parts of the animal that contain the adrenal gland. That part usually gets thrown away. But the nutrient density of adrenal gland is very, very conducive to helping support all of these nutrients that we're talking about today in order to support your adrenal gland. So adrenal glandulars are a great supplement that you can use, but you can also eat organ meat, the adrenal glands themselves, as a great source for supporting your adrenals. And then there's botanicals, the last on the list. Botanicals, these particularly the botanicals I'm referring to are what are called adaptogens, adrenal adaptogens. These are herbs that are very, very important in regulating the stress response. So a couple of really, really strong ones that work really well. Ashwagandha is one of them, very, very potent, very powerful. Rhodiola is another one. Holy basil is another. So those three are some of the most powerful adrenal adaptogens, herbs that help support the function of your adrenal glands when stress is great in your life. Now, why might somebody want to use these different supplements? The best thing that you can do to support your adrenal health is get enough sleep, is to exercise properly, to eat a healthy diet, to get adequate sunshine, and to manage the stress in your life. But sometimes life throws a curveball our way. Sometimes we lose a loved one. Sometimes we go through rough spots at work, and the stress can be greater than what is typical. And so these are times in life when using these types of supplements can help support your adrenal health to prevent a major catastrophe. Because at the end of the day, remember what disease actually is. Doesn't matter what disease we're talking about. Disease is your body screaming at you saying, make a change, because we can no longer continue to adapt to the choices that you have. And the outcome of that is illness. So again, disease represents itself as your body screaming at you to make a change. And sometimes you're not in the position where you can make that immediate change. So using these types of supplements can help you get through those rough spots and ultimately overcome those periods of hyper-induced stress. So hopefully this video is super helpful for you. This is Dr. Osborne with Gluten-Free Society and drosborne.com, wishing you excellent health. Have a great day. We'll see you in the next video. By the way, make sure you share this with somebody that you love, and make sure on the left you hit that subscribe button. Have a great day.